All right, what's going on everybody? Today I'm going to cook up 2 kilo pork brisket. I just got this from the local butcher. I don't have time to stick it in the fridge for 24 hours, 48 hours to dry out. I'm hungry and I want to eat now. So what I'm going to do is flip this around, get the old Jaccard. Going to prick a whole bunch of holes in it. Let's go. All right, that's good enough. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. Can you see all of that there? See all of that? That's going to let the heat in. We're going to dry the skin off with some paper towel. Just get all the moisture off. That's good enough. And what we want to do is just quickly flip this around, get a little bit of salt, just put a little bit on the bottom, that'll do. Put this over here, put that in the middle. It's a little bit big, but doesn't matter. Just going to fold this edge up, just like that. And this one. Just like that. And then what we'll do is bring that over, tuck that in, bring this over, pinch the top. This one's up a little bit, bring that over, alright, that's good enough. Just get the paper towel again, make sure it's nice and dry, just like that. Tuck that in. Now we're going to pour a lot of salt on top of it, just your normal table salt. Going to cover the top of it with it, and don't worry because we're going to wipe all this off once it's cooked. This is just to soak up the moisture while it's cooking. Alright, that'll do. I'm not putting any on this part, that's just the fat and meat on that side. I've just done the skin. Once this has been in the oven for an hour, I'm going to cook it at 180, fan forced, for 1 hour. Take it out, we'll take all that salt back off, put a little bit of oil on it, and then a little bit of salt on top, and then nuke it for the last hour. Alright, so we'll chuck it in this. Put that in there, just in case it leaks out. Alright, let's chuck it in the oven. I've gone just under the middle rack for the pork, put it in the middle, close it up. Now I'm not touching that now for 1 hour. We'll come back to it in an hour and see what it looks like. Done. Alright, so that's been in for 1 hour on the dot. So let's take this out, hit that, take this out. Look at that, salt just peels off. That salt has soaked up all of that, well, most of it, most of that moisture on top of the pork. That's what we wanted. So what we'll do is I'll pick this up. Oh yeah, that's hot. Pick this up like that. Brush all this salt off. Put this over here. Try this off. Alright, now we're going to get some extra virgin olive oil. Just put a little bit of this on top. Last time we used vinegar, but I could taste, they say you can't taste the vinegar. I could taste the vinegar on it, so I didn't really like the vinegar. I just put a little bit of oil on top and just wipe this in. Use 2 fingers. If it's real wet, you can use 3. That is hot. Alright, cover that nice and good. That'll do. Grab some salt, just your normal table salt again. And I like using a lot of salt, so we'll just put some salt back on top. Alright, that'll do. Now, this has been in the oven for an hour at 180 degrees Celsius. We're going to put it back in the oven. We're going to turn it all the way up to 250, and we're going to leave it in there for between, say, 25 minutes and an hour. This time, I'm just going to get this rack that I got, chuck it in here so it fits, grab the pork, back on top of here. This time, no foil, just so the air can get underneath it. Pick this back up and put it back in the oven. Let's go. We're going to leave the shelf where it is. Chuck that in there, leave it on fan forced. This time we're going to turn it up to 250, or I like to say nuke. We're going to set it to nuke, and let's leave it in there for 25 minutes. So we'll watch this part and make sure that we get it right. So I'll set it for 20 minutes and we'll keep an eye out on it. All right, that has been in for 20 minutes. Let's go and have a quick look. That's coming along really well. So what I'm going to do is I quickly turn this around, just in case it's hotter at the back. Just turn it around like that. Before, what I did is I got some balls of foil and I just put them under each side just to try and raise the sides up. So we'll put that back in. I've allowed it to be cooked for an hour. That's in for 20 minutes. That's looking really well. So I'll put it in for, let's just say, another 20, but I'll watch this to make sure that we don't overdo it. And then we'll come back and check it. So let's see it in 20 minutes. All right, that's been in for another 20 minutes. Let's have a quick look. Have a look at that. That's been in for 40 minutes on a high temp. That actually looks pretty good. I'm going to leave it in just for maybe another 5 more minutes, just to make sure that it's done. 5 to 10, I think 5 minutes. And then we'll take it out and let it rest. All right, that's the 5 minutes. Let's open it up. That's done. Let's get this out. Perfectly cooked. So that's been in for 45 minutes at 250 degrees Celsius. And I'm really happy with that. We didn't overdo it. That meat should be nice and juicy. And yeah, we'll let this cool down for about 15 minutes and then we'll cut into it. See you in 15. Alright, that's been resting for about 15 minutes. Let's do the old scrape test. Yep. Sounds good. Nice blunt knife. Look at that. Look how juicy that is. All the fat's rendered through, and it's just the skin touching the meat, which is exactly what we wanted. Look at that. Look at the juice. All right. That's pretty hot. Look at that. Juicy. Juicy. All right, let's test this crackling out and see how good it is. This should just break. Yep. Let's see how we go. That's really, really good. Let's try the meat. Let's try the meat. Has to be one of the best porks I've ever cooked in my life. So that was all up for an hour and 45 minutes in the oven. 1 hour, 180 degrees Celsius. Pulled it out. Took the salt off the top. A little bit of oil, olive oil, extra virgin. A little bit more salt on the top. Chucked it back in. Set the oven to nuke, 250 degrees Celsius. Kept an eye out on it for another 45 minutes. Bang. Perfect crackling. If you don't have the Jaccard to get these nice little bubbles on top, you don't have the Jaccard to prick the skin, you can use the tip of your knife. You can just stab the top of the meat with your knife. That's going to take forever. Or you just go on Amazon, that's what I did, and look for the Jaccard, and that's the easiest thing to do. That's it, guys. That's how you cook perfect crispy pork belly in the oven. If you have any questions, just sound off in the comments and I'll be happy to answer. If you have any tips that or tricks that I haven't thought of or I haven't shown, just yeah, let me know. But until then, see you guys next time.